breaking news from the Middle East. The United States says Tuesday will be the most intense day yet of military strikes on Iran, as tensions between the two countries continue to escalate. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced that the Pentagon will deploy the largest number of fighter jets and bombers seen since the conflict began. And with both sides showing no signs of backing down, the situation is quickly becoming one of the most dangerous confrontations in the region in years.
Speaking during a press briefing at the Pentagon, Hegseth said the United States is preparing a massive wave of airstrikes targeting Iranian military infrastructure. According to U.S. officials, the strikes are aimed at missile launch sites, naval vessels, and weapons storage facilities, part of a broader campaign to weaken Iran's military capabilities. Military leaders say thousands of targets have already been hit during the operation, including drone factories and naval assets. Pentagon officials also claim that the campaign has already reduced the number of Iranian missile and drone attacks in the region. However, despite these setbacks, Iran says it will continue fighting and has promised retaliation.
Iran has launched missiles and drones targeting U.S. allies and military bases across the Middle East. Attacks have been reported in several countries across the region, raising fears that the conflict could expand into a wider regional war. The growing violence has also triggered humanitarian concerns, with hundreds of thousands of people reportedly displaced across Iran, Lebanon, and nearby areas. At the same time, the conflict is shaking global markets. Oil prices have surged, and governments around the world are closely watching the situation, worried about disruptions to key energy routes in the Gulf. Adding to the uncertainty, President Donald Trump has sent mixed signals about how long the war might last. At times, he has suggested the conflict could end soon, but analysts say the growing scale of military operations suggests the confrontation could continue for weeks or even longer. Meanwhile, the Pentagon insists the mission is focused on rapidly weakening Iran's military threats, not starting another prolonged war. For now, the world is watching closely. As the most intense wave of strikes begins, the key question remains: will this escalation push the region toward a larger war or force both sides back to the negotiating table? Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story.